Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, hi all, and welcome to the video. And indeed, the stream, because we're actually doing both. Yeah, we are, yeah. Super duper technical stuff, but yes, we are. So let's pop that there. Doing the social medias. You know how it is when you're a superstar. Yeah, I am being sarcastic. Dear. Go. And a couple more to do. Need to keep remembering to do Blue Sky, you know, the thing that's going to replace Twitter, or will replace Twitter until they get rid of Elon. One of the two. Right, okay. I think that's all except for Blue Sky. Well, I am late starting the stream, I know. But we were getting a Chinese tonight. And, my God, it was busy. We were there for like nearly an hour waiting. We are offended. I know. TT speed run. I know. I know I had it set for what time did I say? 7:30. But yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah, it didn't happen. I'm sorry. But yeah, there we are. Right, let's go to the live screen. No, that's intermission. There's live screen. There we go. Where's the other one? There we go. We got a live screen on the YouTubes as well. Right, okay. Let's go and pick up some daily missions. Why don't we? Yeah, so I expect people will be... It's going to be a quiet stream because I wasn't here when I was supposed to be. Yeah, just... That's the way it is. No, it's like that. That's the way it is anyway. Beer o'clock, everyone. Yeah, so I was supposed to start about an hour ago. So 7:15, I was like, oh, can we nip and get a takeout? I was thinking, yeah, I'll be 10 minutes late maybe. Got there, it was absolutely rammed. Friday night, innit? So, yeah, everyone apparently had the same idea. What am I doing? I've run in to hand in a doja I don't have. Clever boy. Right. Yeah, it won't be that long of a stream either because I've got an early start tomorrow, but, you know. I did promise the stream, so the stream we has. Is the Arbiter up? Let's go and check that first, actually, now I think about it. We got that straight away. Let's grab some dailies. Yes, we are 220. We are elite. No, we're not. Elsie Darvish, cheers. Cheers indeed. Yes. What do I need open on this computer? That one. That one there. So, there was a free game a while ago. Epic Games does free games every week. And sometimes they're just rubbish. Or, not rubbish, sorry. You personally perhaps wouldn't be interested in them. So, there was one I got a while ago and I thought, yeah, why not? It's free. Get it. I think it came up on... Actually, it may have come up on Prime. If you've got Twitch Prime, or if you've got Amazon, you've got it, haven't you? So it was one of the, here's a free gift, kind of free game sort of thing. I think it either came up on that or it came up on the Epic Store as a freebie. And it was the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought, well, I do like the movies. They are good. I enjoy them. Probably the first one the most. But, it's just the way it is, isn't it? So I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. And it is a bit janky. It looks good. It looks really good. It's not the cast of the movies in it. But if you read the comics, the character faces and stuff is more accurate to the comics. Although it depends what era of the comics, because obviously it's like even Superman's face and body has changed a lot, since 1939 or whenever he first came out. So yeah, it's been. I've actually had fun playing it. All right, Buffos. Dark Angel, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Excuse me. Fancy help. Let's get the big buffs. All right, let's have. That one. Enforcer, we will have improved Essence of Behemoth. Fixer, we're going to have NCU. Should be able to give me that one. Okay. Lasting Ultimatum. Yeah, the combat's kind of odd, I would say, is my best way of describing it. So you kind of micromanage the team a little bit in battle, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good fun. And the puzzles, likewise, are very similar in that sense. So, all right, the rest are our own buffets. What are we not running? Oh, most of them actually. What was I on for research? I think I was doing Apotheosis, I think, maybe. Yeah, Apotheosis. For the win. This man, wow, he's really here. AI. You're a legend. I'm a legend. Your hands feel shut. No, we want. That's wing. There we go. I think that's all of ours, apart from that one. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I would imagine they've got all their buffs, so I shall not buff them. Right. Let's go and talk to the warden. There we go. Right, okay. Yeah, so we'll knock through a bunch of missions, see if we can't get Apotheosis done. Sorry, ever since they introduced that, I just thought of the first, like, Harry Potter movie. Hermione Granger goes, I can't remember what the heck, Leviosa, not Leviosa. Or I can't remember exactly what she said, but, yeah, so it's like, it's Apotheosis. I don't know. It just tickled me that they called it that. Maybe that's just me. Hey, who knows? Right, diseased prisoner. Now we could get a fix a grid right there, but no point making the stream even shorter. You know, we can fly there, right? Ain't that far. So yeah, I'm in work at 6 tomorrow. So yeah. 10 o'clock-ish, so we got like an hour and 10 minutes, and then, yeah, I gotta get myself off to bed, realistically. All things considered. Didn't I get a new Yalm? I think I got a new Yalm, but I can't remember what it was. Did I give myself... See, no, I forgot to do it again. I don't know why. I keep forgetting to do this one. The add damage, and that's plus 65 damage, aim shot, etc. And, you know, why would you not buff it every single time? I mean, if you could buff that on yourself at level 1, it would be amazing. There's no way you can. It's a DB reward, I think. Way the executioner... Oh, maybe you can. I don't know. Oh, no. Yeah. Must be wielding nano deck. So, 215. Unless you're some sort of exploiter. If you're a exploiter, maybe you can do it. And sadly, there are those that would choose to do so. Let's move the camera to the character. There we go. Is it just me? There's no no game music. Give me a second. It seems to be sound off, sound back on. And the game music works again. It's just one of those weird things with the game. Yeah, the preview window on YouTube is always... I mean, there's always a delay, but for some reason it will be like 10 minutes back or something. Alberto has resubscribed. They subscribed for 11 months. My God, thank you very much for the 11 months, and thank you very much for the resub. It's much appreciated. Oh, Tara had spawned, but okay. we're on a mission now. We're after the prisoner. You watch, I'll get there. It'll have just died, and I'll have to wait around for 15 minutes and or dash back, go to the... run and get the Tara job done, and then run back, and he'll probably be dead again. No, we got a corpse. How long we got on the corpse? Let's have a look. 20. I just predicted the future, guys. Quick. Write these lottery numbers down. No, not really. Go on then. We'll go do the Tara one and come back. Why not? Fury Destroyer, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Siljar Russell, sorry for the long... My God, that is a long link. I dread to think. Oh, yeah, I've seen this. Yeah. Nintendo predicted this fight back in 1987. Yeah, pretty much. If they were the same age, it'd be a very good chance that Logan Paul would die in the ring. Just saying. I remember Iron Mike... when he was Iron Mike in his prime. My God, he was lethal. How he's going to go on giving away 30 years or something? No idea. We can hope. I don't wish death on anyone, really. Some populist YouTuber. My only thing I know really about Logan Paul goes from a few years back when he went to Japan. I went to a certain place in Japan that's associated with some very dark stuff, and actually showed something that you absolutely should not share on social media or anywhere for that matter. On his YouTube video, but miraculously didn't get banned from YouTube. You know, nothing to do with the millions of followers. You know, nothing to do with that. One rule for them, another rule for everybody else, you know. Sorry, but it definitely seems that way. When we watch big popular people get away with stuff like that, yeah, it's bad. They get away with it. Anyone, you know, says the wrong thing. Never mind show something as awful as they did, but says the wrong thing. Suddenly lose their channel. It's like, wait, what? But this guy did this. Why is he still around? Oh, well, you know, he's got a few million followers. Yeah. So, yeah, ever since then, I kind of thought, I don't think much. No, it's difficult to have a positive opinion of the guy. You know, it's just my thing. But, yeah, just difficult. Beacon back. Yeah, I can't. What he did was so bad, I don't dare repeat it on Twitch. But yeah, he went to a place with a very dark reputation and history, and yeah, put it on camera, and you should just absolutely never do that. But anyway, yeah. I asked about, that forest, and while talking to the person about internet, two police doctors showed up. They're afraid I want it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, they take it very seriously in Japan. I mean, it's like that. It just reminds me of one step above, what's that, Joey Somali or something he's called, shouting obscenities and awful things at people in Japan, and of course the Japanese being very reserved and kind of respectful and don't make a scene kind of thing. and you know, a culture built on respect and politeness and structure and order. Yeah, he's currently held in Korea because he was stupid enough to think he could pull the same crap there, and they're a little more loose in North Korea. So, yeah, well, it would serve him right if that happened. It would serve him right. And you know, a spawny little bloke like that is going to get passed around in prison like a dog's chew toy. We all know it. We all know it. Yeah. Well, you know, he want to go and try that in somewhere like China, right? They can arrest you without charge and hold you indefinitely in China. So, funnily enough, he's not done it there. You know, somewhere like Singapore, they would absolutely wipe the floor with him. In South Korea, they were targeting him, weren't they? He started streaming, they do a bit of a geo-guesser and go, oh, he's here. And then people would get there and slap him silly for his disrespect. It'd be the bottom mattress, you're not kidding. Yeah, if he went in like with a bunch of lifers, yeah, he'd be the chew toy. Bite the pillow and relax, son. Yep. Pretty much that's exactly what would happen. He's like 5'5", weighs like 120 pounds. I mean, yeah, just you got a pretty mouse, boy. Yeah. It would not be a good time for him, let's say. And, well, you know, unless he's so inclined. Who knows? "30 years in a South Korean prison." I have no idea what South Korean prisons are like. I don't know what. I don't even know what their reputation is, but I would imagine none too pleasant. Yeah, because of extradition or whatever. One soft pepper pistol, level 51. They're quite good at that level. Yeah, well, I hope he gets what's coming to him. He goes to a country, he breaks their, you know, laws, disrespects their traditions and culture, just to farm views on some platform. You know, I'm sorry, but that's not a wise move. Human rights practices, South Korea is like the French, 6 to 10 in a cell. Oh, the boy's going to be sore. I mean, he's got no internet clout once he's in one of those places, you know? He's got nothing there that's going to save him. He just seems like a dipshit to me, to be honest. The stuff he did in Japan, I was amazed. Japan, I think, isn't he barred from Japan? He can't enter Japan anymore. Rightly so, I don't blame them. What country is he actually from? Is he American? Don't think he's British, is he? Think he's American? I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe he's American, yeah. All I saw was he got on a public transport, like a tube or something, and started screaming Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but in Korea. It was like, does he not understand they're different countries or something? I don't know. There's something, you know, it doesn't strike me as all that bright, if you want the truth. Jolie Storm! Welcome to the stream, good sir. Yeah, I hope he gets what's coming to him. You know, because it hopefully would deter other people from being that stupid and obnoxious. Right, I'm gonna get another beer. Beer run. It was kind of a run. What surprises me is that he's still allowed on whichever platform it is he's still allowed on. You'd think TikTok's owned by the owner of TikTok's from Singapore, I think. Which is a whole different country again. Absolute sober. Welcome to the stream. Here's someone buffing behind me. Yes, there they are. Yeah, what the hell is he streaming now then? Probably on Twitter. They'll let anything go. Anything but criticism of Elon is allowed on Twitter. But yeah, there you go. Not the sharpest pencil. Yeah, I kind of get that impression. He seems to have some sort of misconception that, oh, I'm only a kid mucking about. It's like, mate, not every country thinks the same way. You know, not every country has the same set of values. And you know damn well you're being offensive. You must know that. Hey, but on good news, Farming Simulator 25 is outselling former FIFA game after EA lost the license. EA should lose their licenses. EA's nickel and diming their customers, you know, has gone on far too long. Loot boxes started with those guys. Sell you half a game and then sell you the other half of the game as DLC. And expansion packs, but actually it's just a game that's been hacked to pieces and sold back to you for double the price. A new way to to speak another language. Yeah, not the way I'd choose. My way of choosing at his age, while still single, would be to fall in love with someone over there and learn their language out of respect for them and their culture, and learn it with them. That would be my way to learn how to speak Korean. Not the way he's going to learn it is not good. I asked for a sign today and looked up. Okay, we got something that kind of resembles a bottle of beer and... I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I get that one, but that's okay. I vaguely get the bottle of beer. I don't know what the other thing's meant to be, though. It could be stairs or something. I'm not sure. Beer. It could be beer in a ladder. I think beer in a ladder is a bad idea. I was a 13-year-old. I did learn Italian, just because there was a boy in class over me that... well, there you go, you see. Finally was brave enough to talk to him in Italian. I learned his parents was Italian, but he was born in Norway, never talked Italian. Oh, that's a shame. Mind you, saying that, you see, my grandmother was Italian. My father, therefore, half Italian, but he never taught me Italian, and neither did she. I know cursing in Italian, or used to. They've both been gone a long time now, so... Yeah, but if you'd have met his parents and spoke Italian, they'd have been impressed. Sylvia Russell, you know, they'd have gone, well, she's a good girl. You know. Yeah, that's it. I used to speak Welsh, and I basically can't. It's weird. Learned it in school, had to speak it in my... Because I'm half and I'm mixed up, you know, Hyde's 57, I am. Put some work in, you still... yeah, if I was around conversational Welsh again, I would probably pick it up again. I think I'd pick it up quite quickly, but... The internet ruined... No, it was kind of pre-internet that I lost it. Because I went off and worked in England instead, so I went to London, and you kind of almost disguise the Welshness as camouflage, you know? Yeah. My Welsh grandmother on my mother's side, she wouldn't let you speak English in her house. If you were speaking English, she'd bloody clip you around the ear. It was the 70s, you know. It was a different time. Yeah, you wanted to speak to her, you had to speak to her in Welsh, you know. Yeah, my grandmother, if she cursed, she cursed in Italian. You know, like if she burnt a finger or stubbed a toe or something like that, you'd hear, Alma Maria, I can't remember what the words were. You know, really. But yeah, she would curse in Italian. Yeah, that's it. If you like, I went to Germany for a weekend and I could order beer. Before I left, I could just confidently walk up to the bar and go, "Die Bier." Bitteschön. I probably said it wrong. Oh dear. It was the hand. Europeans communicate, use their hands a lot more when speaking, yeah. And I used to do that. But I think the internet has stopped that, because when I'm talking to you guys or whatever, my hands are on the keyboard and mouse. But when I speak, I always used to use my hands a lot. And like, I'll be into the conversation for a couple of seconds with someone, and they'd go, "You play an instrument, don't you?" I was like, "How do they know? How?" Ein Bier haben bitte, yeah. Yeah, the expressive with the hands. I used to do it. All the time. I can show you a video of me from 1990. It's only a tiny clip. It's in a newsreel of an event that happened in North Wales. The seawall gave way and flooded hundreds of square miles of town and countryside. And I'm in that video. I say video, it's news footage. So there's, a camera crew and all the rest of it are there. And we go past, and I'm sat on the back of a wagon. I think it was a Nissan Cabstar. You've seen it, yeah. And I go, my hands out like that as I'm speaking. As an example of me doing that, I ain't not seeing any Enigma dogs. Yeah, so I used to communicate like a lot. I was, 21 then? Aha! Come with me, my pretty. Pin you there. Follow. Okay, let's go find a bowl. Yeah, if you've not seen it, I'm on it, and I've got like a purple sweater on. And I've still got dark curly hair. And I'm clean shaven. Ish. I was one of those people that was never completely clean shaven, even directly after a wet shave. I would shave, and people would say, "Have you shaved?" Yes. Oh. Looks like you shaved yesterday. Yeah, well, I've shaved, all right. Yeah, I always had, even fresh shaven, you could see the beard line, so it's just genetics, I guess. Sound on. Call him by his gamer tag.
Conquistador? That's your gamer tag? Conquistador? I want a divorce.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I've heard worse. I like you to say I want a divorce. It was that bad. What have we got here? Please don't speak Italian to the goat. Well, that's it. I mean, using your hands while you're speaking verbally, you have to remember 97% of all communication is non-verbal. Using your hands is the, you know, the expressive side of facial and body language. But yeah, if I try and talk with my hands now, I'm quite self-conscious of it. But I know I used to do it. And it just felt perfectly natural to do it. So that would have come from the Italian side, I think. It's quite a mixed bag. My grandmother was born in Italy, emigrated to the UK around the turn of the century. I think before the First World War. Maybe after the First War, I'm not sure. Might have been after the First World War. It was before the Second World War anyway. And yeah, they came over and she ended up marrying a redhead Yorkshireman. So yeah, Nordic genes and all the rest of it come into it. Nordic and Scottish, I guess. So that's that side. And then my mother is Welsh, as is all of her family, but I think her actual father was like a GI. She never told me who he was. I'd never met him. He was I think he was an American GI or something. My nine, her mother was very, very Welsh. Yeah, it was from a village in the north of Italy. My Italian parentage comes from. They were sort of not almost Romany people. Mission complete. Alright, we need to do the aliens mission next, so... I'll tell you one thing though, I do tan incredibly quickly. You put me in the back garden for 15 minutes in June, July, and I look like I've been abroad for a month. I tan very quickly. Just walking around and whatnot, you know? Okay, we're walking in the, yeah, if you've not seen it, guys, hang on, it might even be on the official BBC site, yeah. Might be, I don't know. I was one of these sort of people doing this. No, I'm not on their thing. Yeah, I'm on this one, I think. Around about... Ooh. Right, look for the guy in the purple top. There's me. Even then, I could shout over gale force winds. You can go wait there. Watch it again.
Turkey Tower.
There I am, sat on the back of a van. It was a Nissan Cabstar, I think it was called. There's a Facebook video of it as well. I think that one's actually a different video, despite the similar time length. No, it's the same video re-uploaded, maybe.
Turkey Tower.
Turkey Tower. No. So welcome to Towin, is what I actually said. Welcome to sunny Towin. It tells you a lot how compulsive speaking with your hands is, that I took my hand off the side of the van in order to speak. I was born in Sicily, emigrated to the US when I was 14, fought in the US Army in World War II, and Korea, my God. Yeah, my grandfather was in World War II. He was an engineer in the RAF. So I can't remember what rank he was. I never really got to know him. He died when I was really quite young. And then whenever I asked about him, it was always, we don't speak of the dead, you know, and it was a bit like that. Plus, even though they were Catholic, they got a divorce and he remarried someone else. So my father had a half-sister who I barely know them, to be honest. Although we all did live together at one point. So it was quite an odd... It was while father was building a house. We lived there. I can't remember for how long. I don't think it was too long, but I do remember the house. I remember the dog they had. But he had like an Alzheimer's dementia kind of thing, like quite an aggressive form of it, and it prematurely ended his life, sadly. So he was dead before I was 5 or 6 years old. She, of course, the woman that he went to, she remarried. I was never keen on the guy. I never got to know the guy she remarried to, and I hardly knew her at all. I was told, oh, this is your auntie name. I won't say. She's probably dead by now. Once my parents are dead, it's almost certain that, any external, grandparent is dead. But I just knew her as Auntie Margaret, and I didn't really know her that well. You don't when you're 5 or 6 years old, do you? Thinking of resubbing, doing Inferno, new old missions still run. Sector 42 Alliance Hodor raids. Yeah, as far as I know. I haven't been on one in a good while, I'll be honest, but as far as I know, they do. But the resub is up to you, good sir. There's always plenty of bodies around, and we've got the buff bots, the teleport bots now that are player made, player run, so life is quite convenient in that respect. But when you want end game gear, is it as easy to get as it used to be? Yeah, I would say so. But I've got a very skewered view of the game, because people go, oh, you're Carlos too, and you need a thing, and I like the stuff you make, so I'm just going to help you for free. So I have to be mindful of the fact that I am in quite a privileged position in that people are more than happy to just help me out of the blue like that. I don't know what the experience is for someone they don't know, you know, so yeah, the population isn't the problem, it's the management of the game that's a problem. If they kept updating the game, renewing it, re-gearing it, doing a proper engine update, etc., keep promoting it, the game would be very much alive. But they don't do that. You know, they just don't do that. So that's the bit. Anarchy's biggest problem and its saviour is Funcom. Funcom is its saviour in that they haven't just shut the servers down and called it a day, but I think they can't because it's part owned by the Norwegian government. But Funcom, Anarchy's biggest problem is Funcom just have this philosophy that the game they're working on is the only thing that matters and all else does not. Oh, I need to speak to the warden, don't I? Right, okay. And in the Alien Daily. Mission complete. Goodbye. Sounds like CCP and Vanguard if you play Eve. Never been into spaceship games. Nothing against them. You know, they don't vibe with me, that's all. In when you play Anarchy Online, you are the character. I suppose it does, but I've tried these games. Like, I tried Star Citizen, and I thought that was dog shit. I thought that was a terrible game. But that's just me. That's just my opinion of it. I just absolutely know that I had no fun whatsoever playing it. For free, that there is no way in hell I would spend money playing it. The XL MMO. Well, people accuse Anarchy Online of being that, you know, with the twinking and so forth, so there's an element of that, but I mean, some people like puzzles that work that way. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's only going to attract an audience that does like that sort of thing, so yeah, twinking is amazing. No other MMO has that depth. No, it doesn't. And that's the problem. Because this was the first MMO I ever played, I always compared every MMO after it to this one. And they all feel like a pale comparison. Yeah, making a twink character by using game knowledge and skill. So you go and play other games and you're like, this boss is one level too high for me to fight and is killing me. And yet I have I have better stats than the person I'm fighting against him with. And then you get that one level and suddenly you can beat him solo, no problem. That was my experience with SOTA, Star Wars: The Old Republic. The single-player side of the game was really good, though. I will say that. Ralph! Hit me! There we go. You received an extra gift, did I? What, pray tell, was the extra gift? Was it... Well, it wasn't a Freelancer's Ink token, so I care not. I thought so. Like, you can play every class in SOTA solo and do the whole story mode side of the game. And do you know what? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. But the guilds and raiding for gear is not so good. It's basically a WoW clone after that. So, yeah. WoW does space. Yeah, I think that's fair. Although I didn't play WoW long enough to be able to make that. I mean, there's some serious voice actors on the on the single player side of the game. You know, Kate Mulgrew, you know, Captain Janeway. I don't think Patrick Stewart's in it, but I think there's quite a few. Anyway, I'm going to get another beer. Right, I'm back. What have we got? Oh, you feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. Oh my god. Assassinator has reached enlightenment. Cool name. I hope that is an agent or something. Let's have a look. Clan agent. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's a doctor. It says agent. So I can read it perfectly fine in navy blue. Purple seems to be the one that I struggle with my vision. Anyway, Doja! Yeah, even if you FP, does bite marks still play? Not sure, actually. Bite mark. Who do that's familiar. Oh, God. Didn't copy the K. Not sure. Doesn't. Maybe not. It's the honest answer. I think I remember the name, but I'm not 100% sure, you know. Perfect doc name. No. Docs are meant to heal people. Although failure to heal someone could be an assassination, I suppose. Oh, hit the wrong button. Right, here we go. Yeah, there's probably a lot of good games out there, but MMOs, and I've said this I don't know how many times, but what I noticed was how drastically they all shifted after the success of World of Warcraft. And this is where corporate control comes in. You know, oh, their burgers are more popular than ours, make your burgers like them. But we're making pizza? No, burgers. People like burgers. We should be making burgers. Make burgers. You know, and that's it. That's how it's gone ever since WoW. Every MMO tries to copy it. When games like Anarchy Online, people go, when AO2 when? It's like, well, never. Because unless you've got... I mean, the chances of that happening, a game company going, oh yeah, let's not make a WoW clone in the face of, oh, it won't be as successful as WoW. The corporate board's going to go, why are we going to make that? We're here to make money, not games. That's their attitude, you know. And it ruins everything else. Well, WoW made a lot of things like, oh, it has to be like WoW or it can't be successful. Well, it maybe won't be as successful, but it could still be successful. But, you know, your corporate boards are all about minimum effort, maximum profit. So as soon as the you know, your board of directors get involved, this is what you're dealing with. Why the fluff are you running away, you dipshit? Come back here. Okay, that's the weirdest Somphos I've ever had to fight. I've no idea why it did that. It's gonna come back now, isn't it? That was weird. It's still running away. Where the hell it actually came from, I've no idea. Feels like its spawn point is miles away or something. Like Star Wars Galaxies was ruined by Sony, who went, oh, well, WoW's really successful, we should copy what they've done. And kind of ruined the uniqueness of the game in the process. It had its own thing, and people that played it enjoyed the thing that it was. Revamp ruined it for the players that enjoyed it as it was. It didn't need to change, but these corporate bods, they don't play games, right? Number one, they do not play games. They're looking at profit and loss, what's trending, and, you know, and all these other factors, which are important to, you know, a business, I suppose, but they don't look at it beyond that. That's all they look at. They don't see beyond it. It's like, well, if we change it to be like this, we'll attract these players. And it's like, well, it's not a game based around that conception of gameplay loop. And they're like, well, change it then, because that's what sells. Player cities, yeah, I enjoyed player cities on the map itself. They were great. Yeah, it was people, oh, but you had to find your way there and it was difficult. Yeah, there was a bit of that, but ultimately it was great because you'd get to the player city and you think, oh, this is quite nice, and then you'd find the shop you were looking for and it took a little while, but then while you were there you would browse the other available stores and go, oh yeah, I need this for an alt, and you would buy extra things there that you wouldn't have thought of. And you know, there was something lovely about that. And then they did, like, a lot of guilds did the same thing. They went, oh, we're going to have a guild-only store where everything is 1 credit. And the idea was, well, this is just for the people in the guild. You know, here's a bunch of free stuff, effectively. So even if your the time of day you played was different, it didn't matter, because the stuff people had for giving away was there. Nanos, implants, symbionts, you know, whatever was all there. I remember there was like a thing in mechanics in the only mechanic I didn't like in Star Wars Galaxies was you could not jump. That's what threw me off the game. Is okay, I spent like an hour making the perfect Wookiee, and then I was running down a street and thought, oh, I'm going to go to a cantina and get talking with people. Other cantinas across the road. So I was like, okay, I'll just cross this road. Like, nope. No, you will not. You can't jump over the curb. You're going to have to run all the way to the other end and come back again. And that really turned me off the game. I'm sorry, but it really did. You think of all the freedom of movement you have in Anarchy Online and then compare it to that. Yeah, that sucks. So it was very difficult for me to sort of go from Anarchy Online, no full damage, jump off everything, climb up anything, to I'm sorry, Mr. Wookiee, there's a 4-inch curb. You have to go else. You have to go the whole way around. My brain just went, no. We're not doing that. If they'd have been, they could have brought in more players just by going, oh, you can now jump, but only at a reasonable height. Like, instead of, like, we can in Anarchy Online, they said, oh, well, you can jump the same height as a reasonable person could, like over steps and curbs. I think people would have gone, okay, yeah. I think that would have dragged more people in than the rebalance trying to get WoW players to play a game that complex. It was just never going to work. But, you know, board of directors who don't play games have no concept of what players actually want. They just look at what is popular, what's trending, what they think the market wants. It's like McDonald's, isn't it? They distilled the highest profit margin possible hamburger. The actual meat tastes of nothing, because it is. It's basically a high stimulus sauce on the what isn't even classed as bread in Europe, with what isn't classed as beef as a burger. You know what I mean? So a lot of MMOs now are a McDonald's. They're a Happy Meal. Happy Meals sell lots and make the shareholders happy. There's no thought to artistry, no thought to creativity, no thought to any of those things. It's all about the bottom line, and that's kind of when MMOs died, is when that happened, because we're going to make an MMO, but it's going to be different in this respect. WoW kind of killed them all, because the corporate, management teams were like, no, we got to make it like the other game that's successful, because we're here to make money, nothing else. We don't want to make art. We don't want to make something cool. We don't want to make something fun. We want to make something that makes money. That's what they're there for. And it sucks the life out of everything. Yeah, that's it. Anarchy Online is a difficult to prepare, difficult to understand banquet for each and every character you make. But people just want to walk in, go, quarter pounder with cheese, please, and leave. I like my quarter with cheese. Don't tell me I need anything else, because there is nothing else. That's how they operate. No, well, there was only like 2 MMOs before Anarchy Online. So they did their own thing. They didn't know how to make an MMO. They just made the game they wanted to make. There was no corporate pressure to remake and make another WoW game, because that's how you make an MMO, right? Because that's what's successful. So that's the only kind of game you can make as an MMO. And then survival type games came in, and now they're all fucking survival games. There's no in between with these people and their thinking. It's so rigid, so uncreative. So Funcom created something utterly unique and beautiful in creating Anarchy Online. And then they have this sort of thing with Funcom. It's always the next game is the most important thing on the horizon. For some reason, it's never the ones they have. It's always the next game. Whether it's a Lego Star Wars or whatever the hell they made. Nats! Thank you for the resub. They've subscribed for 3 months. Thanks for the 3 months, dude. I appreciate it. You know, so the new Dune game is a survival game. So I think it's going to be Conan Exiles with a Dune kind of wrapping. But I don't know. I've not tried it, not got into the beta, etc. So I've got no clue. But that's my guess. But you think about it. Secret Worlds came out. Everything about AO took a back burner. Then whatever came after Secret Worlds they were working on, the people in Secret Worlds are going, why are you ignoring our game? And like all of us in AO were going, first time? And then after that they went into Conan and the first Conan game, and they were the special ones. Mathematica, good night, Mathematica. I'm not far behind you. I need to get to bed at a reasonable hour. Where's the corpse? Oh, there. His little toes poking out of the ground. And they did the first Conan game, which I did try. Did not like that much. Age of Conan. Yeah, it was kind of interesting, but then they came up with Conan Exiles, and it got massive coverage, not through design, but because it had a schlong slider. You could change the length of your bits with a slider. And every YouTuber ever had to make their video about, oh, there's this new game, Conan something, who cares? Oh, guys, let's see how big we can make his schlong. And it got massive traction simply because of that. Not because of game mechanics, not because of world setting, not because of all the reasons that matter for an MMO. It's you can decide how big your bits are. Yeah, you got to compensate somehow. Yeah, it's either the Ferrari or the... yeah. See, I drive Jags. Do you know why? Because if you're my height, they're really comfortable. You can drive 1,000 miles in a Jag, get out, and feel almost the same as you did when you got in. They're just really comfortable cars to drive, you know? That's it. Oh, and, you know, they kind of look cool and that, but hey. They're not that quick, but they're quick enough. You know, I drive one because comfort. You get in it, it's a comfy car to drive. You can drive a lot of miles in one of them and just not feel the mileage. That's why I drive a Jag. You know what? And I waft around in it. Looks like someone's already, excuse me, been here. So we're going to go back to the start. BTS. An XJS. Yeah, they were a pretty impressive car. Yeah, but I mean, I still drive, I mean, I own 2 Jags, but I only drive one. The one I really love is the V6, but, yeah, round town is like 11 miles to the gallon. It's just ridiculous. The other one I drive daily is a diesel. And, you know, it's quick enough. If you drive legally, it's more than quick enough. But you know what? It's super dependable. It's massively comfortable. The V6, yeah, it is a nice vehicle. I mean, it's quick. The V6 is quick if you can afford the fuel. F-Type. No, X-Type. My father-in-law's got a new F-Type. Which I'll probably inherit at some point. Because, like, the one I drive now, when he hit 65, I bought him a car. Right? As a retirement present. So I bought him that car. And it was like one of the nicest cars he'd ever owned, because for him, cars were A to B. He liked cars, but the marriage he was in and yada yada was like cars are A to B. They're just a tool for a purpose. So I got him a diesel Jag. And I remember he drove it to where he used to work, just to show all his workmates he now had a Jag, you know, so he was so made up with it. It was great. And he enjoyed it for a good few years, like 10 years. And then he said to me, oh, I'm going to get something smaller, which he did. He did get something, like, he got a proper, like, old man car, like a Dacia or something. Duster, maybe? I can't remember. Something like that. And he went, do you want your Jag back? And I went, what do you mean? Do you want a Jag back? And he said, well, you paid for it. So he just gave it me back. Like, there you go. You can have that. And I've driven it ever since. But since then, he's, I think, missed having a nice car to drive. So he's now bought an XF, or I think it's called, or something like that. And it's, yeah, it's pretty nice. Automatic. I do not like the automatic shift, though. It's a dial. And I just think that's a disaster waiting to happen. Let me just turn the volume down on the radio. Oops! There goes the differential. I just went from, you know, forward to reverse. That was a stupid design choice, but yeah. The rest of the car's great. I've driven it. He asked me to drive it and see what I thought. And I was like, yeah, it's a good car. I mean, yeah, you could drive 1,000,000 miles in this and not feel it. So, yeah, it's a good car. Beamer. Well, BMWs are good cars. They've been a good car for 30, 40 years and more. You know, they're a good car. And they're just not very comfortable. They handle better around a track, etc. But comfort? I don't know. I find the suspension too stiff. Yeah, in practical terms, that's better, you know. But it's just not as comfortable. Bit twitchy on the back end. Yeah, but on the modern diesel Beamers, front-wheel drive. Back end, or are they still rear-wheel drive? Yeah, in a Jag, I mean, you can throw it into a corner like you would not believe, especially with all-wheel drive, with a 60-40 split. And that thing will... You can race that thing, you know what I mean? Rear-wheel drive, yeah. My first car was rear-wheel drive. There wasn't an option for anything else, you know. It was manual gears, rear-wheel drive. That's how cars work. That's how it was when I passed my test. So, to me, that's the normal way of doing it, you know? That's what I learned to drive in. So I learned, you know, back-end control, etc., etc. Using throttle and brakes and whatnot to control a car laterally was just how you drove a car. You know, that's what I started with. So it's second nature to me. Saab was pretty early with front-wheel drive. Yay, Doja! Oh, why did I pick that up? That's a useless item to me. On a clan character, I can't go in a... Well, I can go in the garden, but they all shout at you. Heel and toe, yeah. Well, I've got size 10 feet. I've got a few other tricks. But yeah, that was it for me. It was very much like that's just how cars work. So that's how you learned to drive, you know. Got no traction, got one wheel spinning. Well, tap your brakes. Use your handbrake. Lock one of the drive wheels so the other one keeps turning, and yeah. That was just normal. That was just how I learned to drive. There was no in between with it. I prefer rear wheel and all wheel to front wheel. Definitely. But, you know, most are front wheel because it's cheaper to make. But yeah, rear wheel and all wheel, like 4x4s, like trucks and stuff. Like I had a Hilux, and yeah, not comfortable, but incredibly capable. So, hand in the Doja. Where are we now on research? Ooh, we are getting close to finishing off another line of apotheosis. Yeah, I prefer the old car design. I really do, but hey, you know, that's just me. Maybe I just like what a Hilux double cab. Hilux Surf Mark II, which is basically a Hilux with a factory back on it. So instead of the, you know, like the load bay on the back of it, it's a load bay, but it's got a roof on it. Otherwise, it's basically a Hilux. And they're only available in Japan, but Japan drives on the correct side of the road. So everything works in the UK, except that, well, you know, the readout, the speedometer and everything are in, and the mileometer are actually in kilometers. Yeah, you can see... Oh, let's have a look. Go to my YouTube. It should show up on here, but I don't know with YouTube. They're not popular videos, but off-road and... Yeah, there you go. So there's me going out and playing in it. Even did some night laning. going off-road and such. Yeah, all those videos are there if you want to see me in it. More fun. Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Hilux is you could switch it. So its default is rear-wheel drive, and then you switch it into all-wheel drive, but you don't do that on tarmac, because it'll just wind up the diff until it breaks. But put it on a slippery surface and all is good. There's one of them where I'm driving around in snow and it was a lot of fun, you know. Right, I'm going to have to go, guys. I hate this, but I'm going to have to go because of the shift tomorrow. But we're doing a Grace giveaway tomorrow. There's me and Rubicar live feed. Who else is live at the moment? Dust Monkey Keena. Well, Keena is someone from Funcom. What's
Actually, just trying to figure out why people can't enter the coaster.
okay? Let's go
Because
raid
the thing
Keena.
is also, like,
Why
this
not?
This is not.
Can't
the
see
Funcom
anyone else
coaster.
playing Anarchy,
I
so
literally just tried to figure out, can I use?
all right. So we go raid them. Don't forget to tell them Anarchy Online is still the best game you've ever made. But yes, we're going to go raid them. Is that all aboard who wants to go aboard? We're back tomorrow for the Grace giveaway, so do remember that, etc. I love you all. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the follows. I will see you all tomorrow for the Grace giveaway. But until then, love you all. See you tomorrow. Okay, guys? Bye for now.